I'm sorry, what?
In this episode of I'm Sorry What, an Unofficial Ghost Podcast, Sabrina and Jillian are joined by Artist Jaxx. Having been in the fandom for quite a while, Jaxx takes the host on a journey through their past and comes up with some pretty amazing answers when being asked everything ghost. Come join us on this fun episode.
Yeah, you've made all of my ghost commission dreams come true. So, I guess I don't know if I've ever asked you this, but how did you get into ghosts?
Oh my goodness. So I got into Ghost like I was a freshman in high school. I had this clay teacher. I had him every year, every semester. I think he hates me, but like he was my best friend in high school. Someone was wearing this hoodie that kind of looked like Terzo on it, and my clay teacher was a Ghost fan. And he said something about it. He was like, "Oh, is that the guy from Ghost?" And I was like, "Wait, what's that?" And he was like, "Oh, it's his band. I think you'd like it." So I've been like listening to Ghost since 2018. All because he mentioned it, and he had a lot of like awesome like listening choices for music that kind of rubbed off on me. He was a great person, and I like really enjoyed being in his class and getting to work with him. So I've been a fan since then, because I got on, I listened to their stuff, and I was like, dang, I really like this. And that's how it started. It started in a freshman class clay room.
Yeah.
So were you around for Terzo, or was it Cardi already when you joined?
I think it was Cardi already.
Okay.
I think it was like Terzo had just ended, and then it was Cardinal Copia. That was a long time ago, but yeah, that was a while ago. But yeah, I think it was 2017, 2018. Yeah, I think that was just the end and like the beginning of Cardinal Copia.
Yeah.
And that's why he's my favorite.
Yeah, that would have been my next question.
Yeah.
So Cardi,
Yeah, he's my favorite.
So Cardi is Cardi or Papa?
Both. I feel like he's like I love both of them, like both versions of him. I feel like he's more himself as Papa, I guess. But man, I just love like all of his eras and all the different like aesthetic changes that were made to him, and the way he adapted like outfit wise, and just like the evolution of him, like just as a whole. I really like him the most. But that's probably because haven't we had him the longest?
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So would you also say that Prequel or then Impera are your favorite albums?
Yeah. Yep. Impera was the first vinyl from them I bought. I didn't know that the album was coming out. Like that's how much I wasn't like super invested into like the depth of the band. I was so focused on like other things when I was in high school, and it was my senior year, and I think I got the vinyl like a day early from the album release, because Walmart had put it out on the shelf like a day early.
Walmart.
Like it was crazy. It was like in the same week it was my birthday. Turned 18, got my driver's permit, and then I went to store like on like the 10th, right? And it was there, and I was like, oh, that's that band, and that's that band that my teacher likes, so I'm gonna get that. And I got it, And then I was sitting there thinking about it the other week. I'm like, wow, I think I got that album a day early. But yeah,
Yeah.
Impera is like my favorite
Me
overall in
too.
the way like it sounds. I like themes in music. I like
Yeah.
themes in writing. And not, Ghost is like the whole thing is like a big theme, like and there are themes with everything, but it sounds the most sequential
Mm-hmm.
with Impera. Like
Yeah.
everything blends together but sounds different. Like it's the same
Yes.
kind of aesthetic vibe
Yeah.
feeling, but I think it fits together a lot better in my opinion. So
I
that's
totally
why.
agree. Impera is my favorite. It
Hmm.
has the most playability for me out of every album. I do really love the aesthetics, like the plague aesthetics of Prequel. But for their next album, what kind of aesthetics and themes are you hoping for?
Um, I I guess. Hmm. Um, I feel like the overall like aesthetic of it, or I guess like the theme, I would just like them to answer questions that we all
Yes.
have.
Yes,
I
yes.
I don't I don't care what color palette it is. I don't care like what the cover looks like. I want him to come out and be like, guess what? Finally, you guys are gonna get the answers that you guys have been trying to figure out for years. Like, I just what's the whole deal with Copia and Sister Imperator and what's the full story with people thinking he's the Antichrist
Right.
and stuff like that. Like, I just I just want a lot of questions answered with the new album.
Yes.
Um, like, but like, I guess like overall, but like on top of that, I wouldn't be mad if it almost felt like I feel like he really captures like this kind of vintage kind of feeling with Copia.
Mm-hmm.
I would just like appreciate an album that kind of felt like the Roaring Twenties, kind of like
Ooh.
I love that era of time, the 1920s. That would be really cool
Yes. Yes.
because like
Damn.
I love that
Yeah.
because it kind of answers like his whole thing. The empire is now built, and the Roaring Twenties were such a great
mhm,
time.
yeah.
So much going on.
Yeah, it's like we built the empire, here's the height of it, and then
Yeah.
the album after this next one could be like the fall of the empire,
Oh,
which is like after the Roaring Twenties and all of
yes.
the horrible stuff that happens after after that party era. But
I
that's
love
that's
that.
kind of what my hopes and dreams are for that.
Hell yeah.
Do you
Now,
think?
now I need like Great Gatsby and Ghost Art.
Yes.
I need
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yes. Do you think that they will also release a live album coming from the LA Forum recordings?
Ooh, that would be nice. That would be great. I yeah, I think their live albums like they sound really good live. I've seen them live. I have their live album on vinyl, like Ceremony and Devotion.
Yeah.
They sound great live, and I think it would be great to have another live album
True.
from
Yeah.
them. So yeah, I agree.
We
Um.
need it. The people demand it.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Live album.
Would you say, timeline wise, that the album will come before the movie or after that?
I feel like maybe with the trailer being dropped, I feel like the movie might be coming sooner than later.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Um, and I have a feeling that the movie might come first,
Mm-hmm.
and then we might get like an album announcement.
I agree.
Um, but like with like the album coming out, uh, I want them to release it when they're ready. Like I'm ready for another Ghost album, but as an artist, it's like take your time,
True. Yeah.
Yeah.
perfect your work. And I know he's like hypercritical about his work ethic and what he's putting out. Like he wants it to be perfect.
Yeah.
Like I completely understand that. So like yes, I would like another Ghost album, but take your time. So
Absolutely. Yeah.
Um,
We need to be patient. He thanks us for our patience, and whenever he wants to release stuff,
yeah,
we're all
yeah.
for it.
Speaking of the movie, Tobias himself said it in an interview that it's going to be a movie with concert elements. What could you imagine the actual movie part to be like, or what could it be about?
Um, well, I guess I can come back to answering questions. Maybe about Copia and his family and some of the stuff that goes on there. I would appreciate that. Just that's all I hope from the source itself is answers to questions that I've had for a long time.
Yeah.
So like I hope it's done well. I hope he likes it and he's putting it out and he's happy with it. So we can be happy with it. But I just
So you think it could be like the chapters, in parts, or a whole cohesive movie?
um I think a whole cohesive movie would be great because they've already been doing the chapters.
True.
Hmm.
So like it's doing something new and I feel like people can get more from like a movie if it isn't as complex as a story.
Yeah.
Um I feel like with how short some of the episodes are, you could just squeeze it all into a movie and just answer everybody's questions. So
No, I agree. Yeah.
yeah.
For the end of the movie, can you imagine that maybe they could hint something towards a new Papa? Do you think that there will be a new Papa?
Um well is I feel like it would be cool if there was a new one. But again, I wrote this down in my notes. I was like, if they were to do new Papa,
Hmm.
incorporate the Roaring Twenties theme. But I would rather have Copia and just have like the aesthetic change because it feels repetitive.
Yeah.
Killing them off or getting rid of them and having another one. So I feel like just coming out and just we're doing something different with this one, like he has been doing.
Yeah.
But if there is a new Papa, that would be cool. Like, I'd be happy either way. I just maybe don't kill him because I appreciate him the most. But like, again, as a creator, it's like I'll be happy with whatever they do, but I'd be happy with this too. Like, if you don't kill him, that would be great.
Yeah.
So,
Just
I
send
mean,
him
a new
into
Papa would be
retirement.
cool.
Yeah, let him
Yeah,
go softly
yeah.
into the night.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yep.
I think one of the biggest questions most of the fan base has is who is Mr. Frickin' Saltarian? So who do you think he is?
Um, Goodness. I feel like he was just hired to put Copia on the hot seat because his mom can't do it enough, or they're just like, oh, he's not listening to us, so we're just gonna hire someone to harass him.
Oh my
like,
gosh.
like things don't have to be deep and complicated. It can be really funny and just be like, yeah, he's here to harass you, and that's it. That would be like
The
hilarious.
clergy's own
But
bully.
like,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's like that South Park commercial where, I mean, not commercial, that South Park episode where Mrs. Cartman hires Caesar, the dog trainer, to like train Cartman because she's sick of his shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's kind of what like I feel is like
I love
maybe
that
he was
answer.
just yeah, I can't handle my child. I'm gonna pay someone to harass him. Like that's just what it feels like. Yeah.
How do you think with the LA Forum recordings and the stuff that happened there with Papa, wearing the boxing gloves. How do you think that could fit into the movie?
Oh my gosh. I literally wrote down, I just want to see him punching people. Somebody was like, he came in the crowd and he was punching at us. And I'm like, I want to see that so bad. Like, on Twitter, people were like, oh my God, yeah, he just got in his uniform and he came in the crowd and he was boxing at people. It's like, so release that? I want to see it. Like, that would be like
Touch my son.
pure shit post quality, like, content from them, and I need it. Like, I don't know where it fits in the movie. I just feel like it's just a dumb thing that he's doing. And whether or not it's like has like a deeper meaning or if it was just a silly thing, I need to see it. That's where I'm at with that.
No,
I agree wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
With a new, let's say that there was a new were to be a new papa, whatever that word is, that sentence is. What could you imagine him to look like? You know, the face paint, the outfit.
Yeah. I read it. I just want him to like have like a sharper look overall. Like sharper kind of face paint. Like I like the way some artists in the community when they make concepts for the fifth Papa that could happen, is they like to use like more sharper kind of face paint, like around here and like kind of like on the temples and the nose. I would like something like that. I would like him to have like a sharper look because Copia's look is a little more round.
Yeah.
Like the face paint, it feels a lot more round.
Yeah.
And then Terzo's is like really soft in my opinion. As somebody who draws them and draws them for commissions and stuff, they do feel a little softer. I think Primo and Secundo, I don't know how to pronounce that. Don't even come for me on that. They have sharper kind of looks while still almost feeling softer. I want something that's like sharp. I want like clean cut, sharp look for him. Like, again, incorporating that kind of roaring 20s, 1920s era. Almost like the way I kind of feel is like I want like a vintage kind of 1920s like detective kind of feeling.
Ooh, deco.
Like sharp black suit, you know, like the bowler hat and the fedora. The fedora kind of.
Yes.
Like
Jillian would love that.
There's this character that reoccurs in this Dungeons and Dragons game that I'm playing right now. We're playing Waterdeep Dragon Heist. Vincent Trench. Like, I want it to feel like Vincent Trench, which he's just kind of like a shady detective who just like
I love that.
Clean
That's
cut,
so
but he's
noir.
Like,
Vincent Trench?
Yes, very, very that. Like, I would love that for something. And then I also put in the note, utter dumbass energy. like seems mysterious, but is a dumbass.
Yeah.
But I guess Copia is that. But like, I mean,
so like that?
to the second power. Yeah, kind of like that.
Cool. I would like that. Yeah, this person gives off Terzo vibes with the hair.
Yeah.
I would like that.
So would you want the new Papa to be darker or lighter? Like, because I know darker.
Darker, yes.
Everybody's saying darker.
Yeah, darker. Like I could have more fun with that artistically.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
To be as better, listen to the people. Everybody has been saying darker. I think at that point. I think. I think everybody said like more opus, OG, ghost feeling. We've been talking about the new aesthetic for the album, Papa, whatever. What do you think the ghouls and the ghoulettes could look like?
I appreciate the way they look right now.
Me
100%.
too.
I like it. It feels like almost like steampunk. Their masks are super cool. Um, I really like the era that this era, the Empire era of the ghouls. Um, and I hope they stay with like the black masks
Yeah.
and what the um I feel like if they just like kept the uniforms but altered the appearances like color palette wise and maybe like with different details like they have the Impera embroidery like on
Hmm.
patches on guitar straps and on their boots and stuff. If he decides to completely change that and go in with new designs for the new album to incorporate that like he did with Impera. But overall, just like keep the base of what they are now, but adapt it to the new album. Like the cloaks that the ghouls and
Yeah.
ghoulettes wear, I think some of them are like that cyan color, or they're the black with the blue on the inside.
Yeah.
Change, whatever accent color it is that goes with the black to match the new album. And just like the accents, like you just change all the little accents and outfits to match the new album. So like I like the bass. I think he can do a lot of building on it to add to a new album. But like I like the way they look right now.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't mind like the fine tuning to make it match, but just like please keep the bass. It's so cool.
Yes. I love their little helmets, little bug eye, little
Yes.
things. I love them.
Yeah, they look like bugs.
They do.
Yes.
As an artist, would you say that you have a papa that you like to draw the most? Maybe someone that is easy to draw or someone that is like challenging you?
um, so Copia's Papa is my favorite to draw.
Mm-hmm.
Specifically, the red suit. I really like the red suit. Um, so I think he wasn't the first one I drew. The first Papa I drew was Terzo, but he is like my favorite to draw, the easiest to draw. But the hardest ones to draw are the first and second ones, in my opinion. Like I kind of struggle with them. Um, just because I don't really, in the most positive way possible, I don't like them
Yeah.
as much. Like I just don't like I don't have the connection there with the earlier
Yeah,
eras.
no, I see.
But like with Terzo and Copia's Cardinal and as a Papa, those are like the three that I will very happily do. But like the other two, it's like yeah, I'll do them, but like I'm not a fan. Um, that's where I'm at with that. But yeah.
Did you have a favorite I know you said that you really like Papa with the red outfit.
Mhm.
Um is there one that you like an outfit that you don't like to draw because you think it's, a little bit more difficult?
Um, Jillian, you have the vinyls. You have Impera
Yes.
vinyls. You know the poster that comes with them?
Yes.
Hate that outfit.
Which one is
Hate
it?
that outfit. It's up here on my wall.
Is it the robe?
God. He's got the hat on, he's got the robes on. Um
Because of the intricate detail or why?
yeah, it's I hate drawing the hats. Like the Pope hats. Like I'm like I they're like ridiculous. I don't like drawing hats. Okay?
Fuck
I
cats.
don't yeah. Um the robes are kind of difficult because I'm looking at it right now. He's got like 5 different texture patches
Yeah.
on this specific outfit, and all the beading and the embroidery. it's just so taxing as an artist. Because I have really bad carpal tunnel.
Yeah.
So it's like sitting there trying to get every little detail by hand. It's like my hands are shaking and done after 2 hours.
Oh,
It's
God.
like not. And yet, like I love a challenge, but I'm constantly getting challenged by that outfit in commissions because I have a couple of commissioners that really like that outfit, and I'm just like, I'm going to reach through the screen and I'm going to like strangle you. Please do something else. It hurts.
I have an idea for you, Jax. I would like a commission of Primo
I knew
wearing
it. I knew
that
it.
outfit coat
And a hat, yeah.
wearing a hat.
Oh great.
Just
Oh,
kidding.
man.
Oh my
Put me out of my misery.
Sorry,
That'd be crazy, yeah. God.
well,
I'd
we've
never let
talked
you live that down. Never let you live that down.
I'm gonna message you like a week from now and be like, I was not joking. Can you please do
It's
this?
done.
I know you're working on something right now for me, but I need you to do this too. It's gonna look at you like, no, man. No. Yeah.
So we've talked about the papas. We've talked about the ghouls. What about the stage? Do you have any ideas of what you would like to see?
I want something that's like 1990s Metallica with the
Oh, hell
wraparound
yeah.
stage in the snake pit.
Yes.
Like, I feel like with what Tobias likes, big Metallica fan. My in saying that I would like the Metallica like stage, to build on the fact that the man is like in love with Metallica.
Yes.
When I went to a concert in August with my dad, because my dad won tickets to go see them, and he was like, "Oh, let's go see Ghost." First thing he said when they started playing, he was like, "Man, that rhythm guitarist is playing like James Hetfield."
Oh, wow.
So like, my dad has seen Metallica a million times. My dad, you know, he grew up right in the middle of the thrash metal scene. Like, he was
Wow.
going and see him for like $20 at a local bar back in
God.
the 80s. Like, my dad was
So
there.
jealous.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh.
he's seen them a million times. He's gone. He rode his motorcycle like 30 miles to go see them one time in the rain. But
Wow.
like, the first thing out of my dad's mouth as a musician, hearing what they were doing at that concert, because Ghost sounds so much like rhythmically built live versus the way they sound on record. First thing he said, he was like, "Wow, that guy's playing like James Hetfield
What
right
a
now."
fucking compliment.
And I was like,
That is such a compliment.
"It is." And I was sitting there, I'm like, "Dad, let me tell you something." And like,
You
Dad
won't
was
believe
so
that.
infatuated with it. He was like, "Yeah, man, wow, they sound like crazy live. We gotta see them again, but up close," because we were in the lawn. Agony. Never doing that again. He wants to go see him in like the pit one time. And I'm like, that would be great. But yeah, like, with how he likes Metallica, I feel like the Metallica kind of stage, with how there's like the pit and then there's the snake pit, which is in the center of like a catwalk,
Yeah.
which is like what they were doing in the Black Album eras. They had like this stage, and then they had side stages, and then they had the wraparound, which was really cool. And they had people in the middle of the wraparound.
Yeah.
So that would be great. But I feel like people wouldn't like that for Ghost. But I would
love
like
it. Let's get
Yeah.
tickets when they do this.
Like, I think when they were on tour with them a couple years ago, in like 2017 or 2018, I don't know, was it? I think it was 2016. For Hardwired to Self Destruct, that album came out, and then they were on their world tour for it. they had a stage like that Ghost got to play on, and I thought Ghost looked really good on Metallica's stage. So like, the band has traction. You could do that. You know, I think it would be really cool.
I love that answer. I love that.
Yeah.
And our friend Brad, he
Mhm.
is now an old man, and he's like, I'm not getting in the pit anymore. But if Ghost did that snake pit idea, 100%,
Oh, he would love that.
he would buy a ticket.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
absolutely.
would.
Yeah. Oh, and like one more thing to like build on that, because I took a note on it. I feel like I don't know if either of you are like Billie Eilish fans or pay attention to her
Kind of,
stage
yeah.
sets. I really
Oh, the
appreciate
ramp?
her digital backdrops.
Oh, that
I
one.
love
Oh,
the
yeah.
ramp too.
Yeah.
I feel like they would have a lot of fun with the ramp.
Oh, yeah.
But the big digital displays
Yeah.
that she does, and like
Yes.
the like light shows like that, I feel like having like the digital display backdrop for concerts to like almost make it feel more immersive with
Mhm.
like the songs. So I know they do the banners, which is like, okay, cool, banners, but the digital display version of that would be cool, because then you could hire someone to like animate the stained
Yeah.
glass windows, which that would be kick-ass. So like, that's like what I would hope for them, is like that Metallica stage set, but with the way that Billie Eilish does the digital displays. That would be kick-ass. So
Could you imagine during Rats, if they had rats breaking through like the stained glass?
Yes.
Animated?
Yeah.
That'd be so cool.
Yeah. And like the
Yes.
way during the song NDA, the way there's the road on the ramp, having like them like break through like the glass and then come down and they're like on the floor. That would be like really cool.
Oh my
As if
god.
just using the projectors and like the digital displays would be super cool. I feel like it's somewhere they can get and something they can do.
Oh
Yeah.
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 Or
Yeah.
I think I've mentioned this once before. Have you guys been on Shrek Rave TikTok? That side of TikTok.
Oh my god.
Can you
Listen.
imagine?
Oh my god.
I watch every
that-
single one. I've seen it, I think, 100 times. I will watch it.
You get closer and closer to the stage.
Yes,
Each TikTok.
like
I'm
every
closer.
single angle of that. I've seen it all.
I need to doing that.
It was like, I was there too. I was at the Shrek Rave too, because I've seen it from every angle.
Yes.
That would be crazy.
Yeah, he could do like
Absolutely.
a scary, ugly ass nihil that is doing some shit like that. That would be kind of cool. Yeah, I think I would like that.
Yeah.
He pulls out his saxophone. Yeah.
Oh my
Just
goodness.
starts shredding.
Oh
That
my
would be
God.
great.
So cool. I know you've mentioned that, and I also know that you collect a lot of vinyls. Do you collect any other Ghost merch?
I have 2 plushios.
Hell yeah.
One of them is a knockoff,
That's
and
okay.
for like one of the first things I bought when I had my bank account after I turned 18, I was like, oh my god, I want a plushie. Bought it, and then a week later, I was like, oh my god, the real ones, they're back in store. So I have 2 of them. I have a couple of shirts. I feel like Ghost merch is a little too pricey for what I can reasonably afford.
Yeah.
But I just am collecting the vinyls right now. I'm happy with the 4 I have. I have Impera, I have Brookwell, I have Ceremony and Devotion, and Popestar. I might have another one. I don't know. But those are the ones that I have. No, I collect banners.
Yes.
Yeah, I have
Me too.
I have the so there's this like little company on eBay who makes banners of album covers. They did Ghost, so I have around that window I have the, what is that one called? What is that called? It's the Mariana Cross one.
Yeah.
I don't.
Oh, the
7
7 inches
inches, yeah, yeah.
satanic panic.
Yeah, there we go.
Love
It
it.
just completely escaped me, but that's what that one is over there. You would have seen it if I had my setup here, but I don't have a cover on that window, so it was like you were gonna see me, and then you were gonna see God coming in from behind me, and you probably were gonna see me. So I had to put like my computer right here because I would have been drowned out by all the light. So I had to move my computer, and I have dual monitor right here, so I had to undo that. But happy to do it, so it looked okay. But yeah, no, I have the banners. I have banners on the ceiling above me right now. Yeah, I have the ghost banners, plushes, and vinyls. And I collect. My friend makes jewelry.
Yeah.
Ghost jewelry. Angie, she makes awesome resin ghost jewelry, and I have so much jewelry from her. She made this cute rosary right here. If it'll come down, I don't think it will. Oh, it did. She made this cute little rosary bead.
Oh, look at the ghost.
Yeah, and it's like with the guitar pick. It glows in the dark, which is really cool.
Wow, precious.
She makes all kinds of stuff like that. So I collect her stuff, which very, very affordable. But mostly it's just the vinyls because I can't. Their prices are a little high. And it's just like, I don't make enough money to do that.
Yeah, no.
Sorry.
Fucking same. Yeah. If we were to ignore the prices, could you imagine something that you would like to see them do? See them make?
Good question. I want the Papa Squishmallows. People keep making concepts for Papa Squishmallows, and it's like, if you guys could do that, I can justify buying those.
100%.
Directly from the source, not from scalpers, because that's what ruins the fun, is people have a chronic scalping problem with ghost stuff. But yeah, no, that if somebody made Papa Squishmallows, or if they collabed with Kelly Toys and they did that, great, I'll buy them all in a heartbeat. But like, yeah, that's what I'd say. I know, I guess one thing on top of that is more inclusive sizes for their clothes.
I agree.
Like, it's me, I'm a visibly plus size person. I have friends who have like sat there and be like, I have to buy secondhand because their sizes don't fit me.
Yeah.
It's like, if that's one thing that I would love to see from them, is just being a little bit more plus size friendly, and not just I think the website goes to 3, but in stores like Hot Topic and at concerts it stops at 2, which is like fine, like I can fit into that, but like I would comfortably fit into something like oversized. So like that would be great. But yeah, like
no, especially
that's what I have.
And also with
I agree.
Who was the company that did the shorties, the Gordies, whatever you want to call them, like the hot pants? Who was that?
I don't know.
Could have been.
That sounds right.
Yeah, I've heard that. I mean, Rockabilia is whatever. I've heard people saying that the sizes run really, really small.
Yeah,
so
they're teen sizes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, same with their swimwear line. That really on Ghost's official website, that was not inclusive. Also, they were kind of really ugly.
Yes.
Yeah. Like, feels like a lot of bands right now are kind of cheaping out on their merch. It's like, come on, if you're gonna charge that price, make it worth that price.
Yeah. Also with the quality,
everybody can afford. Yeah. People are just charging way too much for bare minimum.
Absolutely.
So like, it would be nice if quality would go up, and size ranges would go up and things would feel nicer for the price you have to pay to get them and the shipping you have to pay to receive them.
Yeah.
So those are like what I am hoping for from merchandise and, having that standard with them is please set the bar a little higher.
Just a little, please.
Just a little bit higher. That would be great.
Totally agree.
That's what I got.
Yeah, I agree.
Maybe let's leave that aside for a second. Are you keeping track of any of the theories? The Antichrist, Caligula, etc.
I have kept track of those too, but Jillian can vouch for me. I've dropped out of the fandom a lot. I kind of also feel like I've never really been a part of it. Like I feel like here's art, and I walk away. So I don't get into the theories, and I feel like I'm like way out of loop with the theories, but like in what was it, 2022, when it was the Caligula coin, I really liked that theory.
Yeah.
And of course I liked the theory of one of the ghouls or ghoulettes killing him.
Oh yeah.
Like the theme of that, like I followed that real quickly because everyone thought that it was gonna be Swiss that was gonna come on stage and kill him
on stage. Yeah.
Because there was like the picture they redid the Last Supper or something, like the biblical thing with Jesus and all that, and it was like Swiss was like the only one smiling in that picture.
Oh yeah.
So everybody was like, what if it's Swiss that ends up offing him for whatever reason? I really liked that theory. But yeah.
What do you think about?
That's the theory I follow.
What do you think about the resurrected Papa theory, an old one coming back?
That would be cool. I like that idea. I'd like to see Terzo come back.
Mm-hmm.
That would be pretty cool. But I feel like he wouldn't come back with malicious intent for Copia, but for Sister and all of them. Like, because there's like the artists and the writers in the community who are just really like the idea that Terzo would come back to off Copia.
Yeah.
It's like I don't follow that, because from what we have, it seems like Terzo really cared about Copia.
Yeah.
Like the Square Hammer music video was like, there were themes of like, it felt like Terzo leaving messages for Copia because he knew it was his time.
Yeah.
So I like the idea that he'd come back, but not to hurt his brother. I don't like that part of the theory people have made. I like the idea of him coming back and taking care of the parents and what's going on there and what's going on with the ministry and how the cycle keeps repeating of people either being killed or just being, fired and sent off and then dying. That's what I got for that.
Yeah, I like that, because a lot of the fandom thinks that Copia is the one who killed all of the Papas. Like, he put out the hit on the Papas.
Really?
Yeah, a lot of people think that.
I haven't heard that.
That's wild.
Yeah, I'm not really about that, but it would be interesting if Copia turned out to be actually evil, like an actual dickhead. But I don't see it happening,
Like a serial killer.
Like that kind of feels way out of left field for me.
Thank you for watching I'm Sorry What, an Unofficial Ghost Podcast with Sabrina
and Jillian. There's no need to be living in times of turmoil. All you gotta do is check out our podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube.
Stay tuned for the next episode, and remember, as above, so below.